Are you looking for a new job? Did you know that another form of public speaking that's probably less obvious is generating thought leadership? And I often get the question, how do I create thought leadership exactly when the person starts to look for a job or change positions? Now, the key is to actually build that brand long before you need it. You build the tracks long before the train comes. Today, I'm going to share with you tips on how to generate thought leadership on LinkedIn. Number one, first of all, you have to make sure that your profile itself is airtight, because the first thing someone's probably going to do when they're considering you as a candidate is to look up your LinkedIn profile. Learn to be able to tell a story about yourself in the summary section. And what that means is you're knitting together all of your experiences that sit below on your LinkedIn profile. A great thing to do is to include your email or your phone number so people can get in touch with you, even if they aren't, quote, friends with you on LinkedIn. Number two, change your tagline. That line that sits beneath your name is probably the most valuable real estate on LinkedIn. It tells people what your swim lane is. It's also an opportunity to really share what you're seeking right now. Mine currently reads, seeking the next 7 women to fill my public speaking masterclass starting April 28th. Number 3, be sure to include keywords that you want to be searched for. Is it front-end developer? Is it children's book illustrator? Is it sports medicine physician? Remember, if recruiters are looking for you, they are searching by keywords, and if those hashtags and those words aren't strewn throughout your profile, it's like a tree falling in a forest. Number 4, what can you tell someone who's looking at your profile about the way you think? Now, an easy lift is to find articles in your vertical or swim lane and reshare. But remember to create a little topper that says, here are my top 3 takeaways from this article on X. So it's personalized, but again, it's bringing home the fact that this is how you think. Number 6, go to industry events, virtually of course, or company events and conferences or talks, and share your 3 takeaways from any of them. Number 7, join groups that mirror your field or your goal. Do some listening first. Observe where there's robust conversation already happening, and then start to comment where it seems fit. Number 8, and now we're getting into the deeper questions. Remember that thought leadership is the steady drumbeat that keeps you on top of mind and in front of your colleagues. This accomplishes something that recommendations do not. It also gives people a benchmark to be able to react to you or even share some of the content that you're sharing. So how do you inject your own personality into what you're writing or what you're doing on video? Thought leadership in your space includes an acute awareness of the current trends and events. So what's happening in your space that ties into the current headlines? You can find this by easily doing a search for your keyword on Google Trends, or you can go to Quora.com. I personally like to go to helperreporter.com because I like to see what other news outlets are actually searching for and writing about. Do you have a solid knowledge of your vertical and industry? Well, right now, if it all lives in your head, nobody in your network knows that. Even people that worked with you 10 years ago don't know that, because trends have changed, technology has changed. So share that solid knowledge of your vertical and industry in a piece of writing or in a video. How do you have a deep understanding of the problems that exist in your space? How can you create a piece that helps them to solve a pain point? I'll tell you a story. One of the things that come up again and again is that women are finding it hard to speak up on Zoom calls. They're also finding it very hard to ask for a raise or promotion in that modality. So what can I do in my next video to provide tips and examples of ways to break into conversation and gracefully ask your boss for 5 minutes or 15 minutes on their calendar in the next 2 weeks to be able to talk about your raise or your promotion? Hey, I'd love to work with you. If you would like to enroll in my next public speaking masterclass, I'm going to teach you 6 stories about your leadership that you can take out into the world and be a boss when you are doing your next interview. All you got to do is DM me at info@ladydrinks.com and we'll get you signed up.